We read and hear the term state-sponsored cyber attack, or about hacks carried out by state-sponsored actors, quite a bit these days. In fact, Microsoft just admitted to a rather embarrassing event where the Russian-sponsored group Midnight Blizzard was able to gain access to an admin account that allowed them to get pretty deep into Microsoft's soft underbelly, so to speak. Link below. A so-called state-sponsored actor is just that, a private entity such as a hacker or a company that conducts activities on behalf of a state. These activities can include cyber espionage, sabotage, or other offensive actions to advance the sponsoring nation's interess. State-sponsored actors are often enlisted by their government to target critical infrastructure, institutions, and businesses of opposing countries. They're typically well-resourced and may have close links to the military, intelligence, or state control apparatus of their country. Some other examples of state-sponsored cyber attacks include Russia's cyber attacks in Ukraine. Russia has been involved in cyber attacks as part of its conflict with Ukraine. These attacks have involved the deployment of destructive malware to disrupt critical infrastructure and operations. Chinese government-linked hackers. State-sponsored hackers with possible ties to the Chinese government have targeted multiple Asian countries, compromising digital certificate authorities and government networks. Iranian hackers. Iranian agents have been suspected of hacking government agencies in the United Arab Emirates, indicating state-sponsored cyber activities. These examples illustrate the significant impact and far-reaching consequences of state-sponsored cyber warfare, which can involve various tactics such as malware, phishing scams, ransomware, and denial-of-service attacks. Analysts determine if a hack was from a, quote, state-sponsored actor through a careful analysis of the attack, which may include various methods and evidence. Some of the common techniques and evidence used for attribution include the following: tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs. Analysts study the specific tactics, etc., used in the cyber attack. This can involve identifying patterns and signatures associated with known state-sponsored groups. Leaked material and public information. Careful analysis of the leaked materials and cross-checking with public information can provide clues about the origin of the attack. Attribution evidence. This includes indicators such as the infrastructure used, the nature of the target, the specific tools and malware employed, and the timing of the attack. These can all provide valuable insights into the potential source of the hack. Motives and targets. State-sponsored threat actors often target specific types of organizations or information that align with their respective states' interests. Understanding the motives and targets of the attack can help in attribution. Attributing a cyber attack to a specific entity, especially a nation-state, is a complex process that may not always lead to definitive conclusions. The evidence needs to be carefully evaluated, and multiple factors should be considered before making an informed attribution. I think there may sometimes also be a bit of face-saving involved in these attributions. A state-sponsored group would have access to more resources and be a more sophisticated threat than a random bunch of script kiddies or ne'er-do-wells. Also, I would guess there are at times political motivations for blaming state actors if it falls in line with a particular prevailing narrative. Oh yeah, XYZ are the bad guys and they're out to get us, that sort of thing. These attacks are real and sometimes quite destructive. Unfortunately, the main response often seems to be limited to a tit-for-tat escalation. And so it goes. Hey, thank you for watching, and check out the links below.